Revenge films.
Even though my husband and I are both working, our financial situation is really tight. We still don't have any children, but even if I wanted kids, we can't have them. That's because my husband has been giving his parents money ever since we married. As a result, I can't resign from work, and I can't prepare an environment in which to have children without any worry. My husband is always all over his parents.
I'm going to my parents' house. See ya!
Again? You went yesterday, and the day before yesterday.
Don't talk like it's such a bad thing that I go to see them on a regular basis!
It's true that it's a good thing to go see your parents' face once in a while, but I feel that my husband is too much. Furthermore, he's too soft on them. The reason why we don't have financial security, even though we're both working, is because most of our money goes to paying off his parents' loan for their 3-bedroom house and their electricity and gas. Of course, in the beginning, I made it clear that I didn't want to, but
Mom and Dad have both retired, so we've got to support them.
he was adamant that we supported them. But being in their 50s, it was a pretty early retirement, and they're currently unemployed. They were still working when we first got married, but when we came home from our honeymoon, they were jobless. I thought it would be okay since they must have pensions, but my husband suddenly announced,
I've decided that we'll pay my mom and dad's loan. And for their electricity and stuff.
just like that. At first, I had no idea what he was going on about. Why do we have to support them? Your dad has a pension, right?
Oh, that's all gone! Their dream is to go on a trip around the world. They fulfilled it, so the pension is all gone.
Huh? That's ridiculous! Why do we have to pay just because they spent all of their pension? I had heard that they planned to go on a trip after retirement, but I expected that they would keep some money aside to live on after they came back. I was shocked. I had never met anybody so irresponsible. But my husband said,
Mom and Dad need our help. We've got to support them.
no way, it's their own fault. Why should I pay for their mistakes? That's what I had thought, but the following month, my husband started giving all of his pay to his parents. Because they weren't my own parents, I couldn't speak out as strongly and try to be as considerate as possible. I asked my husband, hey, are your parents planning to find new jobs soon?
We can survive on just your income. We've got to treat our parents with care.
Our parents? Then how about you do something for my parents? My parents are 10 years older than your parents are.
What are you talking about? You married into my family, so of course you've got to prioritize my parents.
It was unbelievable. I had finally seen his true colors and I regretted marrying him. I was still bothered about having married him when Matthew told me he had quit too.
My boss was way too useless, so I told him off for it. And I was fired.
What? How are you so calm? You gotta find another job.
Shut up! I'm thinking. Can't you at least cheer your own husband up?
He got angry with me, as though I had done something wrong and left for his parents' house. I called Matthew's office and asked him about my husband being fired. Excuse me, I'm Matthew's wife. I'd like to ask the reason behind his being fired.
Oh, Matthew's wife? He had been skipping work to go to a local casino. He was fired when that was found out by his direct manager.
What? Matthew had even lied about the reason for losing his job, but after going out to his parents', he didn't come back. But he still demanded that I continued to pay. I was basically taking care of him and his parents. Of course, my wages weren't enough to pay for everything, so I had to take out some money from the savings I had saved from when I was still single. Even then, my husband's family, "Oh, Susie, we felt like eating sushi and ordered delivery, but we sent the bill to yours. So make sure you pay it, okay?" would suddenly tell me things like this. "My husband wants to start golf, so we ordered a full set. You have to pay for it when it arrives at yours tonight. I think it's around $250. Let us know when it comes. We'll send Matthew to go get it. How about you use that as a chance to apologize to Matthew? If you apologize, we'll forgive you for your horrible attitude towards us." And this. I didn't understand why I was the one that had to apologize, when I was the one desperately paying for the luxuries and stupid impulse buys out of my own savings. I finally began to feel stupid myself. Why do I have to suffer like this? No matter how you look at it, they're the ones in the wrong. So I decided to quit my job too. Without telling them that I had quit my job, my savings were used up. I went to visit my husband and his family. "My savings are all gone. What shall we do?"
Don't lie. We were doing fine until now.
That was because I was using my savings. When they saw my bank statements, the three of them went pale.
You're kidding. You only got less than $100 left?
I was paying for the loan for this house and electricity and gas. Of course I had to pay for my own daily needs. Did you really think my income would be enough? I then handed over a thick slab of envelopes. The contents were all the same. Dunning letters. These are all Dunning letters.
This many?
If you're at home all the time, then it's only natural it costs this much. We can't pay this much. Susie, you've got to do something. About that, I've lost my job. I'm currently unemployed. What?
Stop lying! You just don't want to give us your money. I can check, you know.
Go ahead and call them.
Are you Susie's husband? Because of Susie, we lost a lot of profits. We'd like to pay you compensation in her stead.
Huh? Compensation? Oh, I've made a mistake. Wrong number. Pardon me.
My husband panicked and ended the phone call.
What's the meaning of this?
I made a little mistake at work. I was told to pay compensation.
This useless woman is no good for Matthew. That's right. I want a divorce. Let's go to the town hall.
Like this, my husband and I got a divorce. Just like I had planned. I was free of that family and went straight back to my office. When my colleague caught sight of me, she called out to me with a smile.
How did it go? I hope it went well.
Yes, it did.
Congrats. Here you go. Here's your pension and the letter of recommendation for the child company. This is a present from everyone in the office.
Are you sure? You helped me so much already. My colleagues had seen my expression when I had announced my resignation, and had figured out that something was wrong. They cooperated in saving Matthew for me. Thank you very much. I don't know how I can repay you.
Susie, take care of yourself. No matter what, we're on your side.
Thank you, everyone. You've all done so much for me. So, I went back to my parents' house, single and free. Of course, I had been talking to them about my situation from earlier on, so they welcomed me with open arms. With a letter of recommendation, I got a job in another company and was building up my savings again when I got a phone call from my ex-husband. It seems that the loan on the house had been left unpaid for some time, so it was taken away from them. The three of them were living in an apartment, but they still had other debts to pay. My ex-husband's parents were finding it difficult to find new jobs, and my ex-husband, who had been trying to pay for everything alone, had felt the pressure and called me for help.
Help me! If you're living with your parents, then you must be saving a lot of money, right? I'm gonna go bankrupt!
What? We got divorced, didn't we? On top of that, you were the one that asked for it.
That was because you said you had a debt to pay! The other day, I met one of your colleagues who said they didn't remember saying anything like that!
Oh, I don't remember that. Either way, it has nothing to do with me, so feel free to go bankrupt. I'm enjoying my work and private life, so I don't have the time to be dealing with you. When I said that, my ex gave out a loud cry, but I couldn't care less. After that, I heard a rumor that my ex-husband couldn't pay off all of the debt and the daily necessities by himself, so his parents finally started working again. But because of their age, they were made fun of and laughed at by their younger colleagues, and seemed to be leading pretty pathetic lives. They still spend like crazy though, so are stuck in debt hell. They should get a taste of their own medicines, since I was made to suffer like that when I was still married.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.